Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Low Rollers Live, a Dungeons & Dragons live adventure. I, as always, am your host, Danny Allinson, playing the role of Bryn Wanders, and with me here today, Jonathan Edwards as Narroth, the Prince of Thieves.
Well, hello there.
We have Danny Garcia as Astor Mithlader.
Hello.
We have Alan Seymour playing Lady Lilith von Kiln.
Howdy.
Robert Seitz is playing Zarrius, Servant of Obad-hai.
Hello, hello.
And, of course, we have our glorious Dungeon Master, Christopher Rondeau. Chris, why don't you get us caught up and take us away?
Perfect. So we're pretty much going to dive right into the action. I don't want to spend too much time with the recap, but a couple of things to keep in mind. It is still nighttime from your perception. You still see the sun up in the sky, looking down up, not the sun, the moon up in the sky, looking down in the scene as you guys figure out what to do with Yvette. So we left Yvette convulsing from some sort of attack on her psyche. We don't know the exact details of what's going on, but we know it's a pretty grim situation. We tried a couple things. Most of them involve talking and physical medicines. But we're going to see what the party does. So take it away, everyone else.
Can you kind of just set the scene for us again? What's happening?
So Yvette starts to convulse, and you see her kind of flail around kind of wildly. And after about 6-10 seconds of this, she calms down and she returns back to her state prior to you guys realizing what was wrong, which is this kind of comatose sort of state.
And I'm pretty sure that you, Bryn, are on one side of her and I'm on the other side of her inside the cart, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Lilith was also in the cart.
That is correct.
Oh, we need solemn music for this scene. Continue.
Lilith was sort of doing her half-assed doctor thing.
I would say when she starts moving about, Zarrius would probably sit up and try to get her to calm down. And then once she got back calmed down, he'd try to start talking to her again and saying, it's okay, like, you got this. We're all here trying to take care of you the best that we can.
Bryn will look to Lilith. What was that?
I think she's trying to fight it. And that's her body's way of, like, reacting. Can I roll a medicine check to see if anything has changed physically with her?
Sure. It's about the same state.
Okay. So, Chris, I know we talked about afterwards, and I don't want to use the knowledge in game, but would I know that I have any spells to help her against the to basically help her fight it, that would basically help her save against it?
I don't know your spell list. Let me look.
particularly a certain. Oh no, that's a skill check.
I don't think you're going to have any spells that are going to help in this case.
Okay.
After Astor sees some kind of this reaction from Yvette, I would like to be able to do an Arcana check to kind of see if that was magically influenced.
I mean, we
Or how, I guess.
we have established last session that this is Lecherous Leon's influence that is affecting this. Yvette is succumbing to Lecherous Leon's will.
All right. So at this point, Lilith looks to the party and says, I think we've done everything that we can do. Do you think it's time to try the temple?
The world.
Yeah, what was that?
Yvette
like
starts to
Chris
convulse
Earl or
again.
At this point, Astor is going to try something. He's going to use. He might not do anything, but he's going to use 5 points of lay on hands to see if he can use that magic to kind of help Yvette's condition.
So I will say she will subside her convulsing again and kind of go back to this weird state. As you sort of get a temperature, you get a feel her head is burning up. You can kind of feel her heartbeat, and her heartbeat's going super fast, even though she appears to be kind of, I don't want to say non-existent, but comatose.
So the fever's back?
Fever is back.
All right. So did the lay on hands take away the fever?
Took away the convulsing.
All right, so I'll pump another level 1 cure wounds into her, because that took away the fever last time.
Yeah, so you can do that, and the fever will subside a little bit. But she's not doing well.
I'm going to look around to everyone and be like, we got to do something sooner than later, guys. We need to figure out what we need to do, and soon, or else she could be gone, and we might have a problem on our hands.
At this point, Lilith sort of says to the party, listen, I said some things to Yvette in the woods and we all said some things to Yvette that might have pushed this over the edge. I think it's time that we just accept the inevitable and see if we can get her better. And I think that's the temple.
And what's going to happen in the temple?
Well, hopefully we can change her nature to be plain touched. It's the only thing that stops him, because we can't take her to the tower.
It's not the only thing that stops him. You're not plain touched.
But I was in the tower.
And she was out of the tower and she's been fine up to now.
Lilith gets up and walks away.
I'm going to look to Astor and say, "Oh, what do you have to say, Astor? What do you think?"
And Astor just kind of hums to himself. He's going to try and do a second application of Lay on Hands. The last application of Lay on Hands that he has. Is there any other noticeable change, Chris, or?
Not at this point. Not anything superficial.
Is her heart rate still pretty high, or has it calmed down a little bit?
Yeah, you can check it. I'll say it's a little calmer, sure.
Okay.
Narroth is going to look over to Astor and kind of shake his head. Enough. We are treating the symptoms and not curing the disease. This will not buy her more time. This will just make her more comfortable. Is that our goal?
Well, it's probably best for her to be comfortable if we're trying to do anything, how should I say, out there, I guess. Well, at this point, Astor is actually going to carry you, Matt.
Bryn
Okay.
is going to try and stop it.
So wait a minute. So you're going to try and pick up Yvette and do what with her?
Well, I don't know. He tried to imply it, but he's going to take her to the temple.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure we're all going to stop you for the time being. Iskrim, do you have any thought on this?
I think that what Astor says and what Narroth says is true, that just making her comfortable isn't going to bring her back. And if nothing else we are doing now seems to have any effect, then taking her to the temple seems to be the only cause, and we should do it quicker rather than later. So Iskrim at that point will stand kind of with Astor to say, like, it's time to take her to the temple.
Tell me, what is the Wounded King's power?
Attacks to the psyche.
It is from what I have seen, it is a power that takes someone's will is the wrong word, but they have no limits. They ignore the limits they should have. When one drink would suffice, they drink 20. When one bite of food would suffice, they create a feast. When maybe having a treaty with your neighbors would work, they fight.
And what caused her to be in this condition now?
All of us. Pushing her over the edge. Saying things that made her less confident in what was going on around her.
You had it right the first time, Isgrim. She lost her will. If we replace our own will with hers, how are we any better than him?
So what are you suggesting?
We do as much as we can to get hers back.
Do you plan on taking responsibility if this doesn't work out?
Do you plan on taking responsibility for what's happened so far?
Yes.
Would making her plain touched not return her will to her?
It is a choice that she didn't make, that she can't reverse.
How do you know it can't be reversed?
She just, like, points to herself.
And you see Zarrius just kind of slump his head down.
While your flesh is different, Is your mind any different? Would her mind be any different? Isn't that where your will is? If perhaps a stronger body that is fortified against these attacks can preserve the will of the mind, would that not be better?
But she didn't make the choice.
Well, one of us has to.
At this point, Lilith comes back over and says, Bryn, I understand where you're coming from. And I know that the choice that most of us want to make takes that choice away from Yvette. And Yvette might not want this. But I feel in my heart of hearts and in my very soul that Yvette would not want to be a servant to this evil bastard. And if this helps her not be controlled by something that we let loose, then wouldn't that, don't you think that's what she would want?
Then why don't we grab everybody that we've met so far and make them plain touched? If the wounded king falls, she will be healed. But we can heal her now. She has the strength to fight him.
Yeah, but she obviously doesn't.
She's had it up to this point. We just need to get it back.
And how you propose to do that? Quickly, we don't have much time.
While this
The
is
dice are
happening,
rolling.
while this is happening, Astor is going to try something else. So his right hand is actually going to glow a light purple, and he's going to touch Yvette's forehead with his index and middle finger, and he's going to be using this spell just to see if he can kind of get a read on Yvette. And as he's touching her forehead, he goes, "Yvette, can you hear me?"
Yeah, so you're not getting any surface level thoughts. What you're getting is laughter that you actually remember from the lecherously on the wounded king. He had the same laughter when he put the group to sleep before he returns to the world.
Hey guys, remember when we were there for the Festival of Returning Light? And we were all asleep in the middle of a nightmare, almost coerced into doing battle?
Hard to forget.
Well, I got a similar sensation just now from Yvette's mind that you, Narroth, had to kind of pull Bryn out of.
No, it's Danny, I think you're confusing the Void guy and Lecherous Leon.
Yeah, two different guys.
Are
Yeah,
you talking about like right after we were petrified?
He's talking about in the tower, right?
That's what I was talking about
when we,
just now.
yeah, when we defeated.
No, the Tower of Babel, not when we were in the moon.
That's
Yeah.
what I was talking about just now.
I did not
But you were
rescue
talking.
them.
But
No,
you were
I-
talking about the moon encounter, is what you were
Yes.
talking about,
But then I asked about petrification. That was the tower.
right?
Yes, so
All
I
right,
was right.
keep going, Danny.
In that case, Astor is going to. I'm going to take back what he said. So Astor is going to say, "You guys remember how we were, I guess, petrified by the wounded king when we just released him from the Tower of Babel?"
Hard to forget.
Well, that's what I got out of Yvette's mind just now. Bryn, how did you guys get us out of our conditions?
Chris, gonna need some help here.
Oh, you guys didn't, you guys came out of your conditions naturally upon leaving the tower.
Okay, Bryn will be... You guys came out of it. We kept you safe and you came out of it.
If you don't mind me asking a bit more specifically, how did we change when we came out of it, and when did we change?
What do you mean?
Did our condition improve after we left the tower, essentially?
Slowly. But it did take some time.
And did we come out of that when we left the tower or in the tower?
You started to stir after we left the tower.
Well, do you guys think we should just take her out of the forest?
I think this forest is what's allowing her to fight, because he doesn't have as much control here as he does in the natural world.
Well, let's also look at it this way. She's being influenced by magic she's never really encountered. I would say that could probably make her extremely uncomfortable and also destabilize whatever, well, stability she had. Let me tell you, the Feywild is not something to mess with. I say we tried the whole actually leaving the forest bit, see if that helps you bet.
If the forest will allow us.
That's a good point.
Whatever happened to Isgrim's horse? We don't know, right?
No, Better
Nope.
Scott's around. Isn't he? Oh.
No, you guys were escorting the people in with all the mounts, and then you guys followed, so. Well, I was to get your mounts back after we take care of this situation.
I know that you guys want to fix it. But replacing his will with your own isn't the right way.
We're not replacing it with our will. We're
are.
giving her back her will. We're just making a choice that she can't be here to make. That's all we're doing. We're not replacing our will with hers. If we were replacing our will with hers, it would be as I did with the creatures on the docks that we fought before we even came here. That was what I did to Narroth in the tower. That's replacing our will with hers.
You are changing her being without her permission.
So, as this conversation is going on, Yvette wakes up at the start. You just see her kind of lurch up a little bit. Her chest goes up, and like she is floating on air, she rises to her feet. She looks around, and she kind of gives a quick smirk. Goes, "Oh man." And then you see her teleport out of the little caravan thing and into the clearing.
I knew this was going to happen. Do I get a reaction?
No.
And she is still tied up, is that correct? Since Isgrim did tie her up, or did we all
I
do
don't
it?
believe she was actually
everybody
all
stopped
tied.
me.
Yeah,
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
nobody tied her up.
Okay, so can we act now?
Yeah, she's in the center of this clearing.
How far away from her? How far away from me is she?
Say 200 feet, 250. we'll say 250. That feels about right.
Astor's going to speak towards Yvette, and he's going to say, "Hey, Yvette, how are you feeling?"
You guys were so mean. You guys... she just kind of shrugs, and I actually feel great.
I'm slowly walking towards her.
She looks up towards this clearing where she can see the sky and goes, "I think my ride is here." And you see a door appear in front of her, and she opens it and steps through.
I knew it. I knew it.
Can we see anything on the other side of the door as it opens?
So you see the sky, but it's not anything besides that. At this point, at least.
But she's gone at this point, right?
I mean, she looked up and then walked through the door.
Is the door still there?
Door disappeared after she walked through it.
Okay, so she's gone. Unless we look up.
Okay, and as you look up, or at least Bryn looks up, you see Yvette there, and you see that flash of lightning that represents her sort of elemental power, and you see the dragon that you saw earlier fly underneath and catch her as she teleports towards it, and they fly off towards the Cascade Range.
Well, at least she's alive.
Yeah.
Iskrim spits.
But now she is the servant of Letrus Leon. If we encounter her again, which we probably will, next time it won't be so friendly. We had a chance.
Probably not.
From you?
Okay, Bryn, calm down. Let's take that as a learning experience. We should all be communicating better than we have been, especially with people we don't know so well. And fighting amongst each other now would not be the best thing to do. And you know that, Bryn. Astor kind of gives her a pointed look.
I just meant I don't want Lilith killing her.
Neither do I. None of us want to be killing her. Or at least I would hope we're not. If anything, I promise here and now that if we face Yvette, that I will not let her die.
I wasn't.
Iskrim turns to Astor and says, "Do not make promises you cannot keep."
Well, I don't need you to speak on behalf of me for that.
I just say to Bryn, I say, I don't plan on killing Yvette. I'm just disappointed that indecision has now caused her to become an enemy rather than an ally.
Well, we'll just have to try and right that wrong, right?
Yes, we will be righting that wrong when we go help Iskrim take care of her friends.
His
Friends. Thank you. I corrected myself. My bad. And I just say with that, what we need to focus on right now is finishing what we came to do here and then try and find Yvette.
Let's do that, and once we bring her back to our side, we will apologize to her.
Profusely.
I'll probably buy her some alcohol. We all know she'd enjoy that.
Bryn walks away.
At this point, Astor turns towards Zarrius and he says, "So, shall we finish up our business with Lady Celiana?"
Before I answer that, Chris, what time of day is it?
Same time of day it has been.
Which is night-ish.
Late at night.
Okay. And it has Lady Celiana, been like through a full rest at this point, or has she been up, or what kind of mood is she in?
She's been
Come on.
watching the whole ordeal.
I'm going to go up to Lady Celiana and say, I am wondering if we would be able to learn the way you can give people in longer endurance. Let me get the right phrasing of that. That was terrible. Sorry. We need to learn the way that you can ignore the effects of extreme fatigue. And we would like to learn it possibly as soon as possible, just so that we might be able to get to Yvette quicker, if the forest permits.
As I've stated, just got to go through the temple and defeat what the temple throws at you.
Okay. I turn to everyone at this point and say, will you guys give me a little time as I go and see if I can talk to Bryn, as we need her through this endeavor that we'll have to go through in the temple.
Narroth shakes his head. On this one, I think it might be best if I go.
You sure about that?
Narroth nods. At this point, we want to minimize our discord.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
Let him give it a shot. I think Narroth will surprise us, as he usually does.
Narroth raises an eyebrow to Astor.
I meant that in a good way.
And I kind of give like a head nod and say, all right.
Bryn, what are you doing while they're talking?
Bryn is going to go to the edge of the forest.
Okay.
Walks right into the tree line.
Okay.
And try to walk through it.
And so you think you kind of pick out a trail. You're very used to kind of wandering a lot. So I think you're pretty used to, saying like, oh, there's clearly a path, even though there may not necessarily be a path. But as you attempt to sort of take this path, maybe you'll get past the first tree, but where there should have been an empty space, another tree appears blocking your way.
She kind of sighs and hangs her head. Just let me leave. I need to go.
The tree doesn't move.
She'll pull out her compass and watch it spin. Just let me leave.
Bryn cannot see this, but You can feel the trees coming even closer together, and it is like they're making a wall, but you can't actually physically see it make a wall. But you can kind of feel the presence of them kind of moving together.
She's just gonna stand there and try to stubborn it out.
And Narroth's gonna go grab her?
Well, Narroth is going to come up to her and talk to her, but yes.
Yeah, so Narroth can answer the same.
Perfect. Narroth is going to stand pretty silently beside her and gaze into the forest.
She just kind of looks at him after like a good minute.
Narroth looks back and nods.
It won't let me go.
Where would you want to go?
Back.
Back to the city or back to Excelsior?
Somewhere else.
Wandering off on us?
That was the plan. But it seems like the trees have a different one. And she glares at a tree in front of her. Fuck you, tree.
That's not in character. Narroth is going to put his hand out and, I don't know how this works, but try to touch a tree. And says, you know, this place, there's something different about it. There's something true here. Wild and chaotic and doesn't lend itself well to reason, but it's true. I think that this forest and you have a lot in common. You can be in a place wherever you may wander and have things that you do and things that you say that may be wild and chaotic, but true. Your point back there was well taken, and you have a wisdom that belies your years. And I think that's something that this party needs. We are all, in each of our ways, trying to make up for past actions and inactions. And when we're caught up in that, we can lose sight of what's true. That's why we need you. That's why I need you. Go if you wish, but I would like you to stay. And Narroth is gonna kind of turn and slowly walk back to the party.
Bryn is going to stand there for a minute, and she's kind of turned. She turned to look at Narroth while he was talking to her. So she's turned so that the forest is on one side and the grove is on the other, or the party is on the other side. And she'll look down at the compass she has in her hand that is still can't decide which way it's going to point, and almost chuckles a little bit to that. And then she turns her hand over to see the ring on her finger, and she looks back at the forest, back at the party, and back at her hand. And then she'll bend down and cut a bit of her shoelace off and thread it through the ring and put it around her neck. And then she'll walk back to the party.
Narroth walks back and Bryn follows a couple moments later.
Narroth doesn't let the moment settle and looks to Zarrius and says, well, what are we off to next?
The temple. Let's go. And Zarrius storms off, expecting all you guys to follow me.
Astor walks calmly.
Lilith's already sitting on the temple stairs, just like sort of in contemplation. After she retrieved her cart, of course.
Narroth is a little bit behind the party, takes a look over to Bryn and grins before walking forward.
What's Isgrim doing?
Isgrim is actually waiting for Bryn to be a bit separated from the party because he wants to talk to her for a second.
Oh, okay.
So basically once he sees Narroth kind of do the grin and walk off, Isgrim walks up to Bryn, and you can see that he is awkward and uncomfortable. He's kind of it's somebody who is not used to talking from the heart and sharing emotions, and you can tell he's gearing up to say something. So he looks at Bryn for like a second and then kind of glances down and fiddles with his beard. I am from a harsh land. In order to survive there, one must make quick decisions, and my strength comes from that. But you are a caring person, and I can see that. And though we disagreed on how best we could help Yvette, you have a strength that comes from your caring. And I'm just sorry that that we both together, along with the others, were not able to help her as well as we could have. And then Isgrim will turn and start walking towards the temple.
Bryn will... is he like running ahead of her or just...
Oh no, he's slow shuffle. Like if she wants to say something, she could totally stop him.
I know that you don't really have skin in the game when it comes to Yvette, but I don't want you guys to think that I don't appreciate you trying.
He looks at Bryn and he says, I did the best that I knew how. But thank you, I appreciate it. I was trying.
The path of a hero is a hard one, and I don't think we should ever take the easy way out.
Isgrim nods thoughtfully.
And then Bryn will shove her hand in her jacket pocket and pull out a little tin that has some animal fat in it. by the way. Thanks for letting me use this. And she'll toss it over.
He will deftly catch it, which is odd for a dwarf to be that dexterous, and he nods. Anytime.
Iskra, why don't you give me a perception check? It's a nice day, despite all the events.
Cool.
And then they'll walk away.
So you guys are making your way up to the temple steps, I take it? Slowly?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Normal speed.
You see Zarrius standing on the top of the steps, like, staring at you guys with his arms on his sides, like, anything now, tapping his foot.
What's wrong, little brother? Impatient?
Move it!
Love it.
We want to help a vet. Let's get moving.
She'll hustle up the stairs.
So will Iskrim. He kind of has the mental chuckle, especially considering the fact that he just told Bryn that his people make things happen quickly.
And Zarrius has no clue.
We all heading up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, real quick, Chris. As Bryn and Isgrim is approaching the temple stairs, Lilith looks at Bryn, and her eyes like sort of are a little watery, and I don't know if she'll perceive this, but sort of like in sorrow that she spoke out of anger rather than with a level head. And then turn and walk in the temple.
Any other scenes before we head up inside?
Yep.
Cool. Let's take this moment to explain both to Zarrius as a reminder and to our stream, just to have some clarification. So let's talk about the Fae for a little bit. The Fae is in 4 parts primarily. We have the Fennel Winters, the Summer's Canopy, the Spring Woods, and the Autumn Fields. We also have 4 kind of minor players in the Feywild. We have the Iron Court, the Goblin Court, the Coral Court, which kind of is in the sea around it, and the Cloud Court, which is up above. So as a reminder to Zarrius, as we go forward, to maybe keep in mind some of these things, and if Seitz, you need to ask me a couple questions about this will be a good time to clarify it both to you and to anyone listening in. Any questions about that?
I think I am prepared.
Cool. You enter the tower, and when Narroth and Iskrim entered first, they kind of got this sense of all the elements hitting them at once. They felt the humidity of the summer canopy. They felt the earthly, sensation of the spring woods. They felt the windy autumn fields, and they felt the cold from the Fennel Winters. But at this moment, this feeling is gone. As you enter with the intent to overcome the Fae Temple, to learn this ability to push people beyond their normal capabilities, effectively giving them more adrenaline to be able to overcome exhaustion. as you walk in, you don't enter the same temple. You enter what appears to be dirt's ground. And you find yourselves in what appears to be a room. Much like this one, it is covered in what appears to be hay. You kind of pick it up, you can feel it, and all intents and purposes, it feels real. There you walked on a dirt path into this room, and the walls appeared to be made from an obsidian stone.
Astor's going to walk up and place his hands on what appears to be obsidian stone. How does it feel?
Smooth. You recognize Astor, Zarrius, and who else was in the Feywild? Or the Shadowfell? Narroth? Just Narroth? Yeah, you guys recognize the same obsidian stone as the stone that the Raven Queen's keep was made out of.
Huh. Interesting.
Bryn will squat down and kind of like rub the dirt on the floor to make sure it's real, and just say, "Is this what the Fae is like?"
It's a little more open, but as Astor looks around, does he see anything else in this room, or just the way we came from?
Yeah, there's a door to the north.
Astor's going to go up to the door. He's going to press his ear against it, see if he hears anything.
Pretty silence, like uncomfortable silence.
He's going to tap. What? I'm guessing there's a doorknob on the door, or what? Is it a different type of door?
No, it's all, for all intents and purposes, a wooden door has a doorknob. Seems pretty simple.
So he tests it. Does it seem unlocked?
Yes, it appears unlocked.
But with his hand still on the doorknob, Astor's going to turn back and look towards the group and say, "Well, shall we go further in, or would we like to do anything else?"
I'd like to say a few things before we move on, just so that maybe people are a little bit aware of the things that maybe you and I notice that maybe they don't notice. Do you think that would be a good idea, Astor?
Astor releases his grip on the doorknob and faces the party and says, "I think that it would be a good idea, yeah."
So why don't we take this moment to do that?
Astor sits.
Gosh. These walls are something that Narroth, Astor, and I are familiar with, but it's from the walls of the Shadowfell, the same sort of stone. The Raven Queen used them as her walls when we were down there experiencing what she had to offer. So this is not necessarily the greatest sight for at least me, but I don't know how Narroth and Astor feel about that. But at this point, Narroth is going to ask. Okay, I'm not Narroth. Zarrius is going to ask Narroth and Iskrim about the temple. Is this the way you guys entered when you came here the first time?
Nara shakes his head. No, this is something different.
So you didn't walk in the same walkway that we just walked through?
Iskrim looks around and says, "Well, it is the same door that I came in, but the room is Very different.
I was also in here earlier, and this isn't anywhere near what the temple looked like before.
So I think we need to be ready for anything that might be coming at us, especially since she did say that we're going to have to face some people. We're probably going to, I don't know if people are here to convene, because I know occasionally people come together from each location, the Fen of Winters, the Spring Woods, the Autumn Fields, and the Summer Canopy. They come here occasionally to convene, so that might be going on, and there could be issues that come up. Astor, is there anything else that you'd like to say as we proceed?
Yeah, for one, never forget what it is we're here for. The Pwrlvl can be very tricky. And two, I have the strange suspicion that this temple works the same way the forest does. It'll let us go where it pleases, or it might let us go where we want to go. So just be on your toes more than usual.
Bryn will put her glasses on.
Narroth is going to turn to Bryn. Those guns look like they might not be in working order.
She'll look both sides and turn and fire it at the wall. It seems to be fine to me.
You just see Astor face palm, and he says, "Did we have to make noise now?"
Oh, sorry, boss.
Narroth shrugs. They just don't look very clean.
Anywho, anything else you guys want to bring up before we make our charge, or shall we be off?
It's gonna be my new favorite reaction.
I think we're good to proceed, and I will follow after Astor. Unless you don't want a marching order, then
Hold on. How many of us in this party is there?
6.
6? Okay. So I'm going to screw it. I'm going to cast this twice, once on each of us.
Using 2 second level spells,
Yeah.
so everyone gets an extra 5.
Yeah.
Hey man, 5 can help.
Bryn is going to go ahead and reload that bullet she just shot.
Cool.
Well,
What's the plan, Stan?
All right, folks, let's get ready, and I'm gonna turn the doorknob if y'all are ready.
And away we go.
Astor opens the door.
Oh, do you recognize the same stone that you guys walked in? The ceiling is about 10 feet off the ground, so it feels pretty much like a normal functioning hallway. With these Raven Queen-esque obsidian stones, it's very reminiscent of that. And surprisingly, even though it seems to be pitch black, it's like light is kind of illuminating off these stones almost, where you guys can see clearly in this sort of, black and gray sort of dark vision-esque thing, even for people who don't have it. It's just a very odd sensation. This is not unlike anything you guys have experienced in the natural plane, or even really the Shadowfell.
Interesting.
Or the Feywild question mark?
Or the Feywild.
Oh, okay.
This
I
is
had,
like
I had to ask that.
this is like an amalgam of all three.
Is this over here also a door, or
Correct.
Astor is going to
You guys all see a
not
map?
push the door?
I'm sorry, what did you ask, John?
Do you guys actually see a map?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the very bottom, you gotta scroll down all the way to down to the bottom.
Bottom left.
It's really small.
Perfect. Got it. Thank you.
It's not
So we
terribly
we
small.
see this so far, and Astor, once he walks into this hallway, can he sense anything magical in the immediate vicinity?
Everything's magical in the immediate vicinity.
Cool. Astor is going to tell the group once everyone filters into the hallway. Well, why don't we try and go that way? And he indicates towards the left, this way.
Is it dark in here or is it light?
I described this already. It is dark, but everyone can see.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. Sorry.
Well, if nobody said anything, Astor is going to start moving that way.
All right.
I'm assuming I speak for everyone, saying that we follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did,
Astor is actually going to peek around the corner.
I'm going to try to attack you.
Oh.
Well then.
What's our marching order?
I was right behind Astor.
17 or 15 hit you?
No.
So as you come around the corner, you take a quick look, and you can kind of feel the arcane nature of like a rune or something affecting you, and you turn around and two crossbow bolts come your direction. You quickly turn around the corner and avoid it.
Whoa! Astor's kind of like on just his left foot, his right foot's raised up, and just like. Alrighty then.
Is anybody proficient for searching for traps?
When he looks down the hallway, does he see anything?
Just kind of the setup of the trap where the two crossbow bolts are there. Both crossbows also appear to have reloaded itself.
Whoop! He goes back. Alright, so those things look like they reload automatically. So let's not go down that way. Anyone here particularly used to navigating places like this?
Bryn looks at the dwarf.
I mean, I can go into a cave and come out the other side unscathed, but this is a temple that changes itself at will. I don't know that anybody is really good at navigating anything like that.
Yeah,
But,
but the walls are rock.
Quick question, Chris. Because of part of my backstory, I was a treasure hunter and a dungeon delver. Do I have any knowledge of this sort of thing?
I mean, it's a trap, so what do you know about traps?
Is anybody proficient with disarming traps? No, I asked that out loud.
Definitely not me.
Iskrim shakes his head. The best I could do is probably point them out to you.
Astor kind of just snorts.
Lilith sort of looks to Narroth.
Narroth kind of shrugs. Now, to DM, you said that there was a rune that appeared before the trap was sprung, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still lit?
No, it has faded back into the obsidian.
Okay. Where specifically was it on the map?
So it's on the south side of the wall, rounding the corner. I'm on the wrong clicker.
Well, was there anything else down there besides the trap?
Nope.
Then why are we even worried about it? Let's go the other way.
You brought it up.
I mean, Astor's back over this way already. He's going to, well, as he's about to reach for the other door, he says, "Do you think the doors might be trapped?"
Iskrim inspects for traps on and around the door.
Lilith was just going to do the same thing.
Hey.
Hey, Rachael rolled well. I don't know about Iskrim.
Shush.
And Lilith too.
I'll give her the help action just to sort of like give her advantage.
Next time, I would like to establish that before she rolls.
Okay, that's fine.
But perception check will reveal that there is a small degree of ash and faint burn marks. And as you kind of look around this ash, you will see an arcane rune. It's a rune of some sort.
Now, Narroth doesn't really have any proficiency in this, but he's going to study it anyway, just so he can, compare one to the other at the very least.
Be a
Should
religion
I
check.
roll Arcana, or
It would be a religion check.
did you say religion?
That's correct.
So now that Iskrim pointed it out to me, do I see the rune as well?
Yes, does Iskrim point it out?
Iskrim points it out to everybody.
Astor will also try and see what's up with the rune.
It's a rune that represents the sun god Pwrlvl, but that's all you can get out of it. If you want to try to deface it so it doesn't activate, you can do that as well with the religion check.
I'll try it. Would this be religion intelligence or religion wisdom?
Intelligence.
Okay. It double clicked.
14. Everyone who is looking at the stream needs to make me a dex save.
Sorry.
Is that everyone?
That's everyone who's looking at the rune.
I think I
Oh,
see.
nice.
And I have advantage on mine due to monk abilities.
Cool. So anyone who rolled a 15 saves and will only take 16 damage. Everyone else will take 32.
What kind of damage?
This is fire damage, so it will be half for the people who have resistance to that.
I think we need to double check what that monk ability says about dex saves.
Well, if you have evasion, you take nothing.
Then I take nothing.
Well, that was kind of hot.
You said 15?
16.
16.
So Astor says that. Well, that was kind of hot.
Do I notice if it resets, Chris?
The rune is defaced.
Okay.
Narroth looks to the party. The symbol was of the sun god Pwrlvl, and it blasts us with fire. Perhaps in the future we should avoid such doors if we don't want to have a fire encounter.
Well, unless we ask you to take care of the door, or Zarrius, you both look okay.
next time I will try a different method for getting rid of the rune. I should have. I thought my knowledge of religious symbols would help me, but next time I will just dispel the magic.
Well, if
Well,
the rune's already gone, just walk through the door.
yeah, let's do that. Astor is also going to lead the charge again and open the door.
Yeah, so you walk through the door and you get the immediate sensation of humidity. And you walk in and you see these giant trees. Now, this map isn't going to represent what you see entirely, so as we walk into these different sections, I will narratively describe it to you, and the map is just sort of there for a sake to have a map. But you walk in and you Astor has been to the summer canopy actually, where trees are thousands and thousands of feet tall, and you find yourself on the ground level of that. You can feel the dirt, you can feel the heat, you can feel the wildlife of this area.
Do we actually see walls, or is this just a room that has the influence of the summer canopy?
You do see walls.
Okay.
I want to look around and see if I see anything else.
I mean, just as we described, trees thus far.
Okay, I was kind of just like seeing if there's anything hidden, that sort of thing.
Go ahead and give a perception check.
This is a site-based thing, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I have advantage.
Yeah, nothing appears to be hidden. Naturally, at least. You don't see any ruins or anything like that.
Okay.
As Astor sees Lilith looking around, he turns to the group and said, "Well, shall we go ahead and explore this room for a little bit?"
Yes.
Narroth nods and walks inside. Around him, it seems to be, especially by the sign of Pwrlvl and by the bright trees, seems to be a sign of summer. Is this what he has felt when he has explored the temple in his meditations?
That's correct. So you do recognize this as a section of the Feywild, or I'm thinking of it like a glimpse of it. You can get that sensation. And while you guys can see the walls to the left and right of you, I should mention that as you look up, there doesn't appear to be a roof.
Okay.
What does appear, or is it just darkness?
What appears to be the canopy.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll start walking in, kind of like straight up, directly away from the door.
Cool.
Bryn will inhale. Is it like fresh?
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes,
It feels
smells
like a forest.
Like, I don't want to say natural because it's the Fey,
Sure,
but
yeah.
it, for all intents and purposes, yeah.
Okay.
Let's have you guys actually move your tokens as you described this. So, if Narroth and Bryn are going to be walking in expecting it, let's move the tokens there.
Lilith is going to walk straight across to the door and inspect it.
Lilith isn't going to get that far.
Okay.
As she goes about halfway here, people who are more in tune with the Fae, I'll give this to Astor and Zarrius, and Narroth and Iskrim can roll me an Arcana to see if they sense this as well. No, not there.
Dang.
Iskrim will also kind of sense this, but the Fae is kind of reaching towards you, directing you guys, and since Zarrius has been to the Fae and Astor is technically part Fae, they hear this very clearly, where they hear Summer Canopy, Summer King challenge.
Astor
And
says, "Ready yourselves."
I look around like up above, like where are we? Like, okay, this is scary. And to himself, he thinks that, and he says, "Get ready for a fight."
And as the party kind of prepares itself, we will fade to black.
All right,
get-
we are going on a quick break. We will be back in just a few minutes to face down these, whatever these are that are coming for us. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Low Rollers. We are just about to get into this fight with a few unfriendly sort. Chris, why don't you take it away?
Yeah. Zarrius would recognize these guys as Fae. They are Fae in nature, they are Fae in origin, and they come out as if coming from the trees itself. Like, the trees act as sort of the carrier of them, and they appear wooden in nature, but as they come out to the fresh air, you kind of hear the sound of a lighter clicking. This is a real world comparison. A lighter clicking, and their face comes on fire, their hands come on fire, and they look at you guys and basically prepare to charge.
Oh.
Take us to Bryn.
Okay, so since Bryn didn't hear the magical mystery voice, she was kind of stretching and breathing in the fresh air and probably even saying out loud, "You know, this wouldn't be a bad place to visit sometime," when Zarrius said, "All right, we're getting into what did Zarrius say? Like, get ready, we're fighting."
Yeah.
Astor
Basically.
also said, "Ready yourselves."
Yeah. So she just kind of like, she had both her eyes closed as she was enjoying the sun or whatever, and kind of opens it up, and then you see her hand go from the top of her head where she's just kind of resting them immediately into her holster, and she will fire four bullets, two into Mr. Warrior 4 and two into Mr. Warrior 3. Right? That's those two.
Yeah.
She'll pull the gun out, keep the trigger held on it, and then slap back the hammer 4 times, 2 into each. Here we go. Number 1 into 4.
That hits. As your bullet, we'll let you roll them all first.
All right. Number 2 into 4. Number 3 into 3. Number 4 into 3. Ooh.
Jesus. As you go, let your bullets fly. They do not appear to have the effect that you're going for. What? Actually, this is a good point. What bullet would you have put into your 6-shooter?
This is
Just
probably
regular bullets?
just a normal, whatever type that is, probably bludgeoning or piercing.
Yeah. So it does not appear to affect him very. What's what I'm looking for? Intently? No. They don't appear phased. God,
Okay.
I'm tired. Why do we run this game so late? Ugh. Start at like 6 next time. Anything else, Bryn?
Nope, that's it. Oh, she'll holster her gun at the end. That's it.
Perfect. This guy's going to walk here. He's going to take the dodge action. Lilith.
Okay, so oh shoot, that's right.
What you got?
I'm doing it. I walk to there. I reach down and touch Bryn's 6-shooters. And I'm going to cast that.
Holy weapon. All right.
It lasts for an hour.
Anything else?
As a bonus action, I am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Got it. Iskrim.
Okay, so Iskrim wants to cast Entangle. And he is basically trying to hang on, let me draw it out or mark it. Basically, Warrior 1 and this other guy, they're within a 20-foot 20-foot radius. And so basically the ground, he basically looks at them and he thinks that it would be easier if they were, if they couldn't move quite as well. And as he thinks this, he feels that he can ask the ground to kind of entrap them. And so he thinks that, and weeds kind of grow up from the ground around their feet.
Unfortunately, they are immune to the restrained and grappled condition. So as these things come out like fire, their legs move into this fire form and completely ignore the effects of the entangle.
I was wondering if that would happen, but I had to give it a shot. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, no, that's all right. Cool. So with that, Iskrim is going to go ahead and move. I think I have one more movement. Let me check. Yes, I do. And with that, he's going to attack with his pickaxe. And
Oh, the entangle is an action.
Oh. You are so right. Cool. Well, then, there he is.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Well, this guy is going to stare at you, and he's going to attempt to attack you twice.
They both hit.
Cool. So you're going to take 27 fire damage, and your hide is caught on fire. At the beginning of your turn, you're going to take fire damage, and you can use your action to try to put yourself out.
Okay.
If you choose, or someone else can do it as well if they would like.
Sounds good.
Take us to Zarrius.
Could you answer my question that I put out?
I answered your question.
Oh, I didn't receive it.
It's going to take your entire action.
Okay, cool. Well, so Zarrius is going to move. That's my 50 feet of movement. And he, on his way, he's going to activate sorry, let me find it. My bad. He's going to activate Fist of the Elements on his staff. And he's going to use cold as the damage type.
Got it. Anything else?
As a bonus action, is this possible? I don't know. Am I able to cast Shillelagh also on my staff?
Correct, because Fist of the Elements is a class feature, not a spell.
Okay, cool. Well, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my staff, and it's going to become a nice little weapon now that I can use, and that will end my turn.
Perfect.
Did
Narroth.
the quick
Sorry.
question? Was the cold damage something that we could see?
No
so-
one's done cold.
I've done
Oh,
not
I
done
see, I
cold
see.
damage.
I thought
Are you
just
saying
I thought you just did cold damage.
no? Any time I attack, I can add an additional 1d4 to my
Gotcha. Okay.
attack roll or damage roll, and it's considered cold damage. That
Gotcha. Okay. So it hasn't happened yet.
no, it will happen once I attack,
Next time. Cool.
Assuming you don't lose concentration.
assuming I don't lose concentration. Yes.
Narroth.
All right, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard at the beginning that when these guys were ignited, there was a click and they got lit on fire, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Narroth is going to quicken spell a control flames, which allows him to ignite or put out a fire if he chooses, and he's going to try to do that on Warrior 2, the one that Iskrim's fighting. Try to put out his fire.
Go ahead and give me that spell description.
Give me 1 second.
I do have Vivaldi stuck in my head. It's bad.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
Oh, sure. I'm not blaming anyone.
First forwards.
It is a magical flame.
Okay. Does that waste the spell?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, with a major action, I'm going to do the same thing, but on Iskrim. Put out the flames on his that he's in.
That sounds great.
As a bonus action, he's going to use. Oh, I already used a bonus action.
Quick.
Never mind.
Take us to Astor.
Cool, so Astor is actually going to clap his two hands together, out of which will come out his usual short sword and shield combo. And he's gonna come over here for the flank and just attack the dude twice.
That'll hit.
Cool. He will add a first level smite. And then second attack.
$20 will hit.
Cool. He'll attack. Well, he'll do a second attack, and this time he's actually going to add a defensive flourish. So an additional 7 damage, and his AC goes up by 7.
Okay.
And that'll be it for now.
He'll come on the opposite side of you for the flank. And he will attempt to hit. Just a reminder, you did not actually Blade Ward as well.
Say that again?
You didn't Blade Ward this combat as well. Or Blade Song, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know. Astor is actually going to deflect it with his shield using the shield spell as a reaction.
Got it. How does that look like? I don't think we've seen you do that yet.
No, you have not. So what happens is Astor dodges the first attack, and then for the second one that comes in, he actually raises up his left hand where he has the shield over it. And then when he utilizes the spell, the shield actually expands to twice its size, which he manages to use the increased mass of that shield to just ward off the attack from the enemy.
Sounds good. So that will miss.
Just real quick, Danny, don't forget that lasts until the beginning of your next turn, I believe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This guy is going to move here and then dodge. This guy is going to get on Zarrius. We'll move in for the flank as well. Twice on Zarrius with advantage.
Both will hit.
8 and 11, so that's halved because it's fire. But you are technically on fire, and we'll take an action to douse it.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me concentration check, which will be
2.
skill. 2, yes.
Oh, jeez.
So, the cold damage on your staff will go down. I'm sorry. Let's take us to Bryn Wanders. Top of the round.
Alrighty. Bryn is going to take the attack action, but her first attack is going to be a reload as she moves to the other side of Lilith. She is reloading her gun with 3 cold and 3 lightning rounds. And she'll actually say, "Here, hold these," and give Lilith the 2 unspent rounds to hold for safekeeping. I'm now going to shoot 4 times at this dude right in front of me, number 5.
3 times.
3 times, yeah. First one will be cold.
Hits. Yes, that hits with the disadvantage.
Don't forget, you also do
I know.
2d8 radiant.
I'm gonna do those all at the end,
Okay.
since they're all going to the same guy. The second one is gonna be lightning.
17 hit.
Is there any noticeable difference between the 2 types?
No.
Okay. And then here's the third one. Oh.
But they do appear to actually do
Take
damage.
effect?
Yeah, that word.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my bonus damage now, which is 68. 68?
Yeah, 2d8 per attack.
Ooh.
You're also glowing. Well, your gun is.
Yeah. Only an 18. Rolled well there. That's radiant.
Got it. Anything else?
That is all.
This guy's gonna pick on Zarrius. Zarrius is out of position twice.
Both will hit.
Cool. 18 damage, or 11 and 7, which will minus to 10 and 3. Sorry, 5 and 3.
Okay. Okay, math is
Take us to
done.
Lilith. We'll take us to Lilith. Music major, you.
Okay. Okay, so how far is Zarrius away from me? Okay, so Zarrius, Lilith holds out her hand, and you see her holy symbol glow with a bright blue, and she's going to use this on Zarrius. And now Zarrius is also glowing that same blue light. As a bonus action, she is going to summon a flail with her, or not a flail, a mace with her rod.
Got it. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Iskrim.
She's gonna stay put.
Okay, so Iskrim is just upset that his everything got burnt up and then he got put on fire, and he's glad that he's now not on fire, but he is angry enough to attack recklessly at the creature in front of him.
Cool. Attacking recklessly won't actually help you because you already have advantage on it.
Oh, you are
'Cause you're
so
flanking.
right.
You're welcome.
It's late. I understand.
Thanks, Astor. Yeah, thank you. All right, cool. So he is not going to be reckless. He's going to be smart about this until he gets reckless later. And he is going to attack twice with his pickaxe.
19 will hit, but I haven't done this yet, but as you go in for the attack, the fires seem to retaliate as the attack that hits. You kind of get stuck into his flame ever so slightly. He just kind of brushes up against you, and the heat is slightly overwhelming. He'll take 7 fire damage as well, but he'll take the hit.
And that will end my turn.
He's going to take 1 attack at Astor, 1 attack on Iskrim. Astor first. Iskrim. Both will probably miss.
Miss.
Take us to Zarrius.
Okay, and I don't know whether you would actually tell me the answer to this question. What does this fire just do damage that I am surrounded by?
Correct.
Quote,
So
unquote.
I will roll that now. Actually.
Okay.
You take
Is it
1 damage. No, you still take 1.
Okay. Zarrius is not really going to care about that, and he's just going to attack. He is going. I don't know. I can't read which one's which. I should probably just zoom in. He's going to attack number 4 with his first attack.
Cool.
And it's going to be Shillelagh.
That hits, but the flames will retaliate.
All right. Okay, so I take another 3. And
that's my fault.
okay. I was like, okay, I take more.
My cat stepped over my computer.
I see.
Okay,
I will
so
do.
he hit.
All right.
He hit him.
No. It is not an attack, so this doesn't reactivate the channel divinity.
I was already on fire, and
So the your channel divinity specifically says the first time that an ally is hit by an attack. I didn't actually roll to hit. The damage just happened.
that second fire touch thing did not actually happen. That was an accident.
Oh, okay. I just saw the fire touch. I didn't.
Yeah.
I am misclicked.
And so Zarrius with his second attack is going to hit the warrior number 3 with
Got it.
Shillelagh.
$15 will hit.
All right. And with his final attack, he's going to hit warrior number 3 again due to his extra attack that he has with his staff.
Got it.
Cool. And as a bonus action, he's going to take out his fist and give a little punch to the Summer Warrior 3's chest.
I cast
wooden-
fist. Sorry. 3.
On 3, yes.
That'll hit.
Oh. Cool. And that'll end his turn.
Narroth is going to pull down a fireball, but as it's coming down, he's going to turn his hand, and you can see what once was blazing fire turn into crystallized ice. And you can see that kind of hits down around Summer Warrior 3, Summer Warrior 4, and Zarrius. However, Narroth is also going to kind of sculpt this spell so that it is makes Zarrius succeed on the Dex saving throw. So I'm going to cast Fireball as an ice ball with Careful Spell.
Got it. Roll the Dex attack. Okay, first one on first guy will succeed. Want to roll it again for the second guy?
Yes, please.
That will hit.
Perfect. This
and
is all
I will
cold
say-
damage.
We'll say that Zarrius' flame douses as well.
Okay.
That's
and
cool.
the one who failed his dexterity saving throw because of the ice twist, it causes them to have disadvantage on their next attack.
Got it.
And he just wasted my radiant defense again.
No, he forces Zarrius to save.
And
Right, but it's
There's
whenever he
automatic-
hits with an attack.
Zarrius wasn't hit by the attack. He automatically has no, basically doesn't get hit when he succeeds on a dexterity saving throw.
And Zarrius has evasion, so he didn't
Oh
take any
yeah.
damage.
So okay.
I was being smart.
Yes, you were being smarter than me.
This will take us to Astor.
Oh, wait. Bonus action.
Oh.
Narroth is going to use Stone Aegis on Iskra.
I'm going to say this that they're only doing fire damage.
Oh, I see. He is not going to do that.
Anything else?
Nope.
Astor.
Okay, so it's my turn. Alrighty. Cool. Well, he's just going to keep wailing on the guy in between himself and this room, so he's going to attack him twice. First one.
That hits.
Alright, and he'll do the second one. And
Sounds about right.
he'll throw on a 3rd level Divine Smite.
This attack, the second attack, bloodied. A 3rd level Divine Smite?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think did I do one too many? No, that was right. Never
That's
mind.
correct.
I'm sorry. Hold on, let me take the points off.
You rolled fucking well too.
Yeah. And then 1, 2. He'll end this turn there.
Yeah, this guy's going to unleash on you. He's going to take both his hands and just try to touch your skull
Ow.
with advantage. 20 hit?
With the shield, it does not.
Cool. He's going to move here. Left hand's going to go for Bryn Wanders. Right hand's going to go for Lilith.
Which one's first?
We'll do Bryn first.
Oh,
Lilith second.
Okay, I'm going to use Shield of the Faithful as a reaction.
that.
He has disadvantage.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which one of these is it? The 15-18
So-
that's hitting Bryn?
15 is against Bryn. 21-14 is against Lilith. Can you pop up Shield of Faithful for me, please?
Oh shit!
I don't think we've seen that spell before.
It misses
It's not
me.
a spell. It's a just my ability that I can use. I'm gonna paste it in here. Hold on, just a second.
So you're using the Shield of the Faithful against Bryn's attack.
Don't.
Yes, because it has to be another creature. I
Don't.
can't do it on myself.
Yeah, when a creature attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you use your reaction to impose disadvantage. So,
Just as a general rule, Bryn, they always have disadvantage on Bryn.
well, the first attack always does, unless they hit.
Unless, yeah. If they don't hit, then the second attack also has disadvantage.
Great.
Well, I didn't know that, so
No, that's cool. But 21 hit you, Lilith?
21, I believe, is my armor class. Nope, 20 is my armor class. So 21 does hit.
Cool. Take 11 damage and go ahead and roll me concentration. And you have ongoing fire.
So I have advantage on this.
Sure.
Warcaster.
Sounds good. And then this guy is going to wail on Zarrius. Just one hit. This Zarrius is kind of jumping around between the two, and I think he's going to try to grab. One's going to try to grab your chest, and the other one's going to try to grab your legs to prevent you from jumping.
Well, they both miss.
20 misses? He has advantage. He is-
Oh, right. The 20 will hit. Sorry. And at this point, since I did get attacked, Lilith can go do her thing.
Not bad.
Oh.
That will bloody him.
And so when he gets hit, that blue armor explodes with radiant energy and blasts him in the face.
It's a very colorful party. Sorry. You do bloody the target. He the radiant energy takes him. He just looks shocked for a second. You kind of see his wounds are getting the better of him. Bryn wanders.
Alright, Bryn is going to add something to her first shot, which is this. Okay, so shot number 1 on number 5, the guy touching Bryn. Woo!
Jesus.
Get that grit point right back.
Fuck yeah.
So he's pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
All right. Second one is going to have this attached to it. Oh, not as good.
Total miss.
Yeah,
you
that's fine.
misfire.
Oh shit, I do misfire. Okay. I'm going to grab Lilith's hand and say, quick, move while he's... Move so he can't get us. And then she's going to... Lilith can follow on her turn, I'm sure. Move over there.
Got
and
it.
attempt to clear the misfire with the bonus action.
Got it.
Give me a sec to find that. Cool.
Cool.
Wait, I got one more attack.
Oh, well, okay.
And holy damage to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Which is doubled.
try to hit the legs again. So same thing as before. Do you want me to cast it again?
Now you're good. Roll the attack.
All right.
So he will be knocked prone, and you roll 60 or
2.
roll
4.
Roll 2d8 and then roll 2d8 because
Oh,
you
two
did crit on
separates?
one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Okay, here's the first one with the crit.
Got it.
There's a second.
You did it exactly. Want to describe it?
Woo! Okay, are these things like... These things are obviously creatures. Do they seem sentient at all?
They seem intelligent where they're using tactics like flanking.
Okay, so Bryn's first shot is going to knock him in the chest, basically. But are they wearing some sort of armor or anything, or is it just bark?
It's pretty much bark with the fire covering it.
Okay, so she just shoots it in the chest, and it gets knocked back pretty far with that. And as she moves, she will again, kind of like the dwarf that she hit before, she's just going to take out the kneecap, basically, with the shot to prone him, but also down him. So the front of his leg gets blown off, basically, with the second shot.
He is going to fade into ash.
Oh, damn.
Don't forget you get your grip back.
Oh, yeah, I'm back to full, because I got a crit in the other thing, so...
Cool. So Summer Warrior 4 is going to beat up on Zarrius.
Cool. Oh. Okay. So they both hit, so 4 and 5, so 9.
If there is one fight that Zarrius should tank, it's this one.
I know. That's why I did it.
It's true.
Dang tieflings. This will take us to Lilith.
Okay, so Lilith, as her action, she's going to see Summer Warrior 4 is the one that's bloodied?
4 is fine. 3 is bloodied.
3 is bloodied. So she's going to point her mace, and she's going to utter a word in a language nobody understands. And she is going to cast a cantrip.
Within 5 feet of you? Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, he's large, so his space is okay. So I'll move. I'll move there and then utter my word of radiance.
Okay, so he's taking over this square. He's not within 5 feet of you. That square he's not occupying.
Oh, okay, because he's partly on that square, so that's why. All right, so.
So if you want to move another, go next to him and do that. That's cool against the con defense. Yeah, I'll hit.
Okay, so he takes 6 points of radiant damage, and then I will continue moving.
Cool. Also, you get an extra 1d6 because you are 11th level now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to update that. Sorry. I will move here so that I'm within 5 feet of Zarrius, and I will roll my extra 1d6.
Sounds good.
And as a bonus action, I am going to cast Healing Word on Zarrius at 2nd level.
Roll it.
God damn it. I always roll bad on Healing Words.
9 HP Zarrius. Don't take us to Eastgrim.
Okay. So Eastgrim's been watching everybody move, and he recognizes that he still has an advantage where he's at. And so the best thing to do is to keep on swinging until his enemy goes down.
Want to describe the kill?
Nice. So you said their bodies looked a lot like wood, yes?
Yep.
So as he swings, his attacks land, and they feel, or they look like, instead of like a regular axe that just kind of chops chunks out of wood, this axe really, it's a pick, so it sinks deep in. And so as he, has been hacking at this thing with his pick and pulling away, the like sap oozes out of it, and he finally just hits the one sweet spot where it almost acts as if the wood kind of was rotten and rots away around it as it's the final blow.
And he will disintegrate into ash, which means he doesn't get a turn. But you have more you can do.
I do indeed. Now I'm going to move. Since he disintegrated into ash, is that terrain that is traversable?
No, you're good. You can walk right through it.
Perfect. So I'm going to do Astor a favor. Can I move there?
Yeah. Let me reveal that area.
Perfect. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and end my turn.
You have a second attack.
Oh, I do. Haha. That's right.
Oh, I'm lenient today. Weird.
You are. I really appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, you helped me remember I'm 11th level. You helped her remember she had a second attack.
He's helping me remember a lot tonight. I really appreciate it.
Anything else?
No, now I'm actually officially done.
Got it. Let's go to Zarrius.
All right. Zarrius is going to use his shillelagh and attack warrior number 4 with his first attack.
$23 hits.
Due to my new ability, I'm going to re-roll that dice. Shall I put it up there for you?
Yes, please. I forgot to give fire damage to Iskrim, but we'll ignore it. Cool. Roll the attack again, or the damage.
Just going to roll the attack. Just use the damage for it.
Sure.
Oh, much
Whoa.
better.
Night and day.
And he's going to turn to number 3 and do the same thing. Attack roll.
Got it. 17 hits.
All right, so 7 damage for that. And then with my third attack, I'm going to attack number 3 again with shillelagh. Oh.
It says
Wow.
it exactly.
Oh, geez. Okay.
You're gonna take some fire damage though.
That's fair. So what Zarrius does is he does a swing over at number 4, and on his way around, he continues that swing and hits number 3, and then does like a double strike, swinging back at him again, and thus making him disappear. So 7 damage.
Correct. Anything else?
He's going to turn back around to number 4 and give a nice little swing, a nice little punch to the wood or whatever his body is made out of. And
Re-roll it.
I'm going to re-roll that as well. I'm going to just roll it again. Okay, better.
That will
That will end my turn.
perfect.
Oops, that was wrong.
And you'll take another 8 damage and oh
4.
god.
Yeah, my bad. I just typed in 4 and hit enter.
Ugh, the worst. I'll take a Narroth.
Real quick, Chris, I forgot something. Whenever I heal somebody, I regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell level. I just forgot
so-
to
Heal the what? 4?
4.
Cool. Do that. Narroth.
Perfect. Narroth is going to use Frostbite as a quicken spell on Summer Warrior 4.
That hits. Bloodied even.
Bloodied?
Correct.
All right. In that case, Narth is just going to do another Frostbite at full.
You quickening it?
I quickened the first one, if you remember.
Sorry. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Anything else?
That's it.
Take us to Astor.
He's gonna turn around and start swinging at Summer Warrior 1. And then second attack.
It's bad. I just assumed it was gonna hit, and I just rolled it.
Well, it did. I'll also add a second level Divine Smite.
Do it.
And then I take 13.
So crits double as well. So the target's bloodied.
Cool. So double attack. Yep. That will do it.
He's going to try to focus on you.
Both
19?
miss.
Okay.
Yeah, I may not have Blade Song up, but I do still technically have a shield.
What's your AC nowadays?
20,
Nice. Bryn wanders.
but does she?
Alright, since it seems that Zarrius has the other dude handled, Bryn is first going to take the attack action to reload, because she's already out of bullets. It'll be 3 lightning and 3 cold again, and then fire 3 into Warrior 1.
Let's keep track about which bullets you're firing at this point too.
Okay, cold. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and use my lucky ring on this one
Okay, reroll it.
for the reroll. Better. At least I didn't misfire.
13
Actually-
misses.
Actually, I still misfire.
Because you rolled a 2.
Yeah, because I rolled a 2. Okay.
Ah, what a waste.
Yeah, it is. Bonus action to clear it. And 2 crits on the other ones, too. Oh, that's not the cast. Hold on. Alright, so it's good.
Cleared. Summer Warrior 4 is going to
Wait,
put
I
his
still
left
got
hand...
I still got one more.
Oh. But... Oh, that's right, it's a bonus action. Well, that hits. My apologies.
You're good.
Anything else?
There's the bonus damage.
Jesus. Cool. Anything else?
No, all done.
Cool. This guy's left hand's going towards Lilith, the right hand goes to Zarrius. We'll do Lilith first.
I'm going to use my reaction to impose disadvantage on his attack for Zarrius. But a
Cool.
24 does hit for me.
8, and go ahead and roll the concentration as well. Second attack with disadvantage, which will miss. So Lilith will take 8.
Yep. I'll give you my concentration. Here we go.
Nice. Start of your turn, Lilith. He's going to do that on-down damage. And you have to roll concentration again, but go ahead and take your turn as soon as you can. Do that, Warcaster feat, man. Lilith.
Warcaster's the bitch, man. Okay, so what I'm going to do is as a bonus action, I'm going to activate an ability on my thing. If it hits, it goes off. If it doesn't, I don't waste it. So I'm going to strike him with my mace.
Go for the flank.
No, I have to stay within 5. Well, can I move around to flank him and then move back so I'm at 5 feet of Zarrius in the same turn?
Doesn't even matter. But yes, you could have, I think.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to attempt to do this.
Cool. So go ahead and roll me a d20 plus 9.
Okay. Here, I'm just rolling a d20. Add 9 to it.
Yeah, that will that'll paralyze him.
Okay, so he's paralyzed for 1 minute, and let's see here. So that's my. Oh, and I get to roll an extra 1d8 radiant damage because I hit him.
Got it.
Because of protection domain.
Yep. Seems pretty powerful. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Nice. Iskrim.
Okay. So, Iskrim had great success before, just picking away at things, and that's honestly what he's going to do again.
Both hits. Iskrim will take 11 fire damage for those 2 hits. But he's dangerously low. This will take us to Zarrius. Iskrim, would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Cool. Zarrius.
All right, so Zarrius is going to move first.
So you know what paralyzed does, right, Chris?
Yep, makes it a crit.
Yep, and they have advantage.
Correct. So as long as Zarrius hits the target, a paralyzed target, he automatically crits.
Yeah, you don't even have to move, Zarrius.
Oh, well, I moved anyways.
Oh, stay within 5 feet of me. Although it doesn't really matter at this point because he's paralyzed, so he can't attack anyway. So,
But 14 misses.
Okay, cool. I'm going to attack him one more time with Shillelagh.
$25 hits. 16 damage.
And a little fist bump on the chest. Jeez.
I'll do
Okay.
it. Want to describe it?
13 hits?
Oh no, I was automatically reading the damage.
Oh, yeah,
ahead.
no,
Never mind.
I didn't even hit. Sorry.
Take 1 damage.
Sweet.
Take anything else?
No, I cannot do anything else. I'll move back to Lilith.
Got it. Narroth.
Narroth is going to do the same thing he did last time with the 2 frostbites.
So that will not work.
a 21.
He doesn't have advantage on this because this is a static defense attack.
This is not static defense. This is a spell attack. Oh no,
this
it's
is
Constitution
against-
saving throw. I
So
lied.
it's
I apologize.
attacking a static defense. So both of them will miss, unfortunately.
Oh, right, because he would get a save normally. So yeah, okay.
Okay.
Let's take this to Astor.
Astor is going to do the same as this one. He's going to just slash away at Silver Warrior 1.
Okay.
And a second attack.
Oh no, the first attack will do it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Either way. 5 damage first, though.
So you can have your second attack or something else if you would like.
Let's see. 20, 30.
Well, describe the kill as you do that.
Describe the kill.
Please.
Alright, well. So Astor is working in tandem with Iskrim. So when Iskrim whacks the summon warrior somewhere around the knee, it kind of brings it lower and within reach of Astor's arm, so he actually swings up and knocks its head off, thus reducing it to ashes.
Got it.
And then he's not going to be able to reach, but Astor is going to move for this turn. Wait a minute. Actually, I can reach
What's your movement speed?
30, and then because of flourish for the Sword of College, when I take an attack action, I get an increase of 10 feet in movement.
Oh, okay.
So it's 40, so I guess I can do my second attack on Summon Warrior 4.
And totally kill steal. Zarrius.
Oh,
I'll do it.
oh,
We didn't even need him to be paralyzed.
no, I did not. So it's, well, I guess I do take that damage too, huh? So what you see happen is after Astor whacks off the head of Summon Warrior 1, he takes some extremely quick and very fluid steps from Summon Warrior 1 to Summon Warrior 4, and then he completes the last step with a follow-through attack with his sword, knocking into one of its legs and just reducing it to ashes.
I like how you assumed you killed it before I even said, oh yeah, he goes down.
I get the description after you said he went down.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Someone
no.
else said that.
No, well, you said 22 damage killed it before. So I was just assuming after the 14 damage from...
I know. It was just funny.
I had reason to believe it.
Do this one. Combat over.
Yay,
Okay.
we did it.
And I'm maintaining the concentration on Holy Weapon.
It's not a concentration spell.
Holy Weapon? Holy Weapon is a concentration spell.
Holy Weapon is a concentration spell, I'm sure.
I'd
Yeah.
like to use a healing kit if possible and mend some of my wounds for the time being, if that's possible.
Yeah, you take a couple minutes, 5 minutes to mend your wounds.
Is it a round up or round down?
Always round down.
It's technically half your bloodied value round down. So bloodied is half of your max health rounded down, and then half of that, whatever that number is.
Is aid still up? So do I
Yeah.
take it? Up?
Aid lasts for 8 hours and it increases your maximum hit points. So
Okay, so I have a 28.75. Do I round it to 29 or do I round it to 28, Chris?
28.
Okay.
So after, basically as Astor runs by and takes out the last guy, Bryn is going to be putting 2 shells back into her gun so that she's fully loaded. As she would just watch Astor, like, cleave the dude in 2. So, we ready to go?
yeah, let's keep moving while I have the concentration on that spell.
Yes, let's go.
I take it there's a door over near where Iskrim is.
That's correct.
Lilith is going to inspect it. Perception or investigation? Perception. Okay. This is a site-based thing.
Sure.
Okay, so I have advantage.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah, nothing there.
Nothing there.
Okay, so I open the door.
Quick side note, is anyone still on fire?
That's what I was kind of waiting for with the whole Bryn nonchalantly reloading her gun. Hey, let's go.
I'm gonna go ahead and put out the people who are on fire. With
I
my
don't think
control flames being hurt.
anyone's on fire anymore because I didn't hit anyone for the last. Well, all the damage I did for a long time was just
It's
people
upfront.
hitting
Ongoing
my
fire
guys.
damage from when we hit them.
So
Okay.
we do wait 5 minutes for Zarrius to heal himself,
Astor's going to do it as well, by the way.
and then Lilith is just gonna go forward.
Yeah, Lilith inspected the door, saw that it wasn't magical or wasn't protected. So, yeah, so she's just going to open up the door and look down the hallway.
Seems pretty clear.
Okay, so she's going to say, "All right, guys, let's move," and she's going to move down the hallway, keeping an eye out as she goes.
Give me that perception.
Okay, and again, I have advantage, which you know already, so I'm not going to keep saying it.
You don't see anything.
Okay, so again, I'm just going to move down the hallway, making sure that I.
Cool. Trap activate.
Holy shit! A 19 didn't see it.
Nope. DC 20.
Fuck.
As you step on a pressure plate, and a dart comes from across the room to try to attack you,
Okay.
which
Oh,
will hit.
Fuck.
Can
You will take 26 damage, and you are paralyzed.
paralyzed.
I was wanting to do something, but
Yeah,
okay.
you didn't see the trap coming, so I'm going to say you won't have time to react.
Okay.
Paralyzing will break concentration, I believe.
I think it just. I have to roll a concentration check.
Because paralyzing makes you incapacitated. Does that make you lose?
I don't know. I'll look it up real quick. An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. It doesn't say anything about concentration.
Check concentration rules.
Also, there's the number one rule that he's the DM and he can say that you lose concentration.
Mhm.
We can go based on actual rules. I'm cool with that. I just want to make sure that
Yeah,
it is doing it right.
being incapacitated or killed causes you to lose concentration. That's in the concentration rules.
Okay.
Cool.
So your weapons are no longer holy. A waste of a. Well, not a waste of a fifth level spell because you did shit tons of damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that seemed
really
pretty
what
good
it
to
is.
me.
So I take it we'll just wait 10 minutes.
It's up to you.
Well, am I paralyzed for 10 minutes or does the paralyzation wear off after?
You're paralyzed for 10 minutes.
So I'm just going to say we're going to wait here for 10 minutes while she gets unparalyzed.
I'm gonna tilt her head to the side so she doesn't vomit on herself.
Somebody can unparalyze me immediately.
You're right. I shoot her. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
That'll wake you up.
So I took 26 points of damage for that.
No, we'll say that the crit doesn't do double damage for this particular thing.
Okay.
That would be brutal.
And I'm going to look at the paralyzed Lilith and say, how about you let me walk in front this next time? Because since I'm kind of immune to that, and I give her a look up and down.
You're immune to poison.
Yeah. At a 10th level, I have purity of body, and my mastery of ki flowing through me makes me immune to disease and poison.
Oh,
Nope.
see, you're not immune to the paralyzed, though.
Sure.
But that's
I don't.
hilarious.
I don't think she can argue right now.
I know, and that's That's why I'm kind of laughing.
But there is somebody that can unparalyze me immediately.
We're aware of this.
I think we're
mean-
more than just cool with just staying the 10 minutes.
Well, the thing is, my
know.
character isn't working exactly as you think he is right now.
So, anyone else want to do something for 10 minutes? Patch up some more wounds?
Nah.
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 I can, I'll pour a healing potion down paralyzed Lilith's mouth.
Wow.
Bryn,
if I can reach.
Which kind of poison? Or which kind of potion?
No, you meant poison.
I
which
did.
poison are you giving her? I'm assuming she's paralyzed, not like stone paralyzed, but lying
Right,
down.
right. She's like
Yeah.
not able to move. What kind of potion are you using?
I forget what kind I had.
I don't know.
I don't remember what. I pulled one out of Lilith's bag.
Does anyone have any record for that?
Nope.
I have the ones that I have.
The only potion I have, I used, so it's not mine.
So I yell out to everyone, "Give me a healing potion!"
Bryn will just be sitting down with having like Lilith's head in her hands.
We're sitting 10
Just
minutes
waiting.
in
I
real
guess.
time.
Yeah.
Trying-
Trying
Anyways.
to figure this out.
10 minutes go by.
10 minutes go by.
Okay, are we expending a healing potion?
Nah.
I
Doesn't
tell
sound
them
like it.
no, and then I'm just going to I'm going to medicine kit real quick while they
Yeah, you can spend 5 minutes to do a healing kit.
So what's a quarter of 115?
It's
one-
going to be 28. Because that's what I did before.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to try and search for any sort of traps as I'm walking forward.
Roll it.
Can I give them the help action?
Sure.
Give them the help action.
You don't see any traps.
Okay. I keep walking forward.
Yeah, you're good to reach the corner.
Okay. I take a peek around the corner and I'd like to see if I see anything.
See a hallway.
Okay.
There's a
Uh,
door.
I'm going to walk to the door. And I'm going to check the door. Is that via sight or does that work?
I'll take a perception check.
And I'll give them the help action as well.
Yeah, there's another rune at the bottom of this thing.
Is
Okay.
there any sort of what is there any sort of picture or thing that it looks like that I've seen in the past?
Yeah, it reminds you of the holy symbol of Narroth, the god of death.
Okay, so I tell everybody to back away from the door. And I'm going to cast this.
29 will do it. It will dispel.
Okay, so I tell everybody it's dispelled.
Okay, I walk up and I'm going to open the door.
One second. You get that sense of, I'm pretty sure I've used this analogy before, but have you guys ever been in cold weather and you're in the warmth of your house and you go outside, you take that fresh breath of fresh cold air and it kind of puts a shock to your system?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh yes.
That's That's called the New York day in December.
So think of it colder than a New York day in December, because this is the Fen of Winters.
So this is
home
like
of the Winter Queen.
so this is like northern Alaska type of cold.
The only time I've been to northern Alaska was in the summer. Also,
I've
my
never
plane broke
experienced
down.
anything cold like this ever before.
Right, you fucking Canadian bastard.
Anyways, I will walk in.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to change the hex color.
I would appreciate that.
Much appreciated. Hey.
Hey.
I will move there.
Which will not work in all the rooms, but for this room it will.
So I'm literally gonna post up right inside the door, and say to Isgrim, "Hey Isgrim, you'll be right at home."
Isgrim will laugh and nod.
Isgrim is way back in the other hallway, apparently.
Isgrim is his player is catching up.
Okay.
So would it be a ranged attack?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I will allow you to add your archery bonus to this.
Yes.
God.
Are you gonna hit Zarrius? You gonna hit me?
I haven't
You get hit.
decided yet.
I'm a harder target to hit.
That's true.
Astor does not know this.
She'll hit Astor with it. Give me a sec. I gotta figure out all my bonuses.
Oh God.
We're going to pause this stream for the briefest moment so Bryn can throw a snowball.
Hey, math is important.
Math is important.
This is where the fun begins. Just throwing snowballs.
Hey, we need a character moment like this after the crap we went through with the event.
Okay, I think it's a plus 11, so we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
No, it's a plus 10.
Still.
Wait, checking one more thing. It's a plus 10. All right. Okay, this goes for Astor's, the back of Astor's head.
Roll with
God damn it.
advantage.
Do I need to?
It's gonna hit. It's maybe if you roll a 20, I don't know.
Well, technically your shield's not up for this.
I'm at nat 20.
Astor suffers 1 point of humiliation.
Ouch.
So
Ouch.
so Astor gets the back of his head gets sprayed with some of the snow, and if Astor turns around to see who throws it, it's Bryn is pointing at Narroth, who's trying to make a snowball in his hand.
You can quickly see that is probably not Narroth, as he kind of tries to make a snowball, but he like presses in too tight to kind of compress it even more, and then it just kind of crumbles in his hands, and he like pounds his hand into the snow. Come on!
After Astor sees that reaction, Astor looks back towards Bryn and glares.
She just nods her head like, no, it was really him.
Narroth is oblivious to all of this.
And as you guys like, I don't even know how to transition from here. Bryn Wanders throws this snowball, and as Astor kind of wipes the snow away, and everyone kind of has this chuckle, out in the distance we see two figures appear slowly, and Astor and Zarrius and Isgrim hears in their heads that this is the Fen of Winter's challenge.
And I think with that, we are actually going to end for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Low Rollers Live. If you enjoyed yourself, please join us again next week, Monday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. We do this show every single week, and we'd love to have you by more often. And of course, tell your friends about it as well. If you need to get caught up for any reason, go ahead and scroll down. You'll find a link to our YouTube channel where you can find all past episodes available to watch there in case you miss something and need to get caught up. One last announcement. We do restream these every Wednesday night. So if you missed a little bit of it and you want to go back to the start and get caught up there with this episode, you can find it Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. We do rebroadcast these streams. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.
That's your one, John.